up with it, guys? I love doing spontaneous lives, man. I love it. Even though I should be on here more than I have been. I've been meaning to do a live, like fucking 1,000 fucking times, and then I always change my mind. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna change my. I'm gonna go live. Then I change my mind. I go live. I'm gonna change my mind. And then I feel too tired. I'm like, all right, you know, I'm gonna go do this. Take the kids here. Do all that shit. And then I end up doing a fucking live. So right now I was over there on fucking I was over on EBK's channel. It's the first time I caught one of his lives in a long time. So I was like, fuck it, I might as well do a live. I had a lot of dudes over there showing me love. You know, there were my groupies, bro, my stalkers. So I was like, man, let me come up in here real quick, you know, because you know I cannot say no to my lovers, man, my stalkers, my little groupie J cats, you know. Brian Wood, damn, Brian Wood, where you been at, my boy? Motherfuckers think that I don't do lives because you know, I love when people assume things and they assume that I'm not doing lives for X amount of reason or whatever the fuck. Not knowing that I have a whole god, they know, you know, they're just trying to get a reaction out of people, but that they just make themselves look stupid. And I love talking shit to them. I really do. That's just fucking fun. Johnny Lowe, I said, my boy, you were just over there. What's up, L? What's up with these weirdos, right? But yeah, man. It's just funny, bro. It's funny because most of these motherfuckers, you know, they don't got lives at all. Honestly, is I hope homeboy makes it through. You know, obviously he's going through some shit. He's sick. You know, I haven't, you know, from time to time I check my YouTube, not even my channel, I'm talking about YouTube. And I see them live, so I tapped in real quick. I'm like, hey, what's up, my boy? You know, said mine real quick. And then you know my ass, bro. I'm a magnet for J-Cats. That love to call me a J-Cat, which I find ironic. Uh, but yeah, man, homies, he's not. I hope he gets better, bro. Like I really do hope he gets better. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, I've been meaning to do a live for the last week and a half. You know, and I mean, why not now? You know what I'm saying? Why not now? If anybody wants to tap in, I'll drop the link. Whatever, you know, whatever you guys want to talk about. We're not gonna get many people because you know I'm not consistent. It is what it is. Small town. What's up, my guy? I said my boy. Speak on black and brown relations downstate, where you were GP. Downstate, Centinela, Calipat, man. Man, bro, that's a good question. Easy question, honestly, but an unfortunate answer. Gerardo Sanchez says, hey, bro, are you still with your wife? If not, let me get at her. Get at her, dumbass. What are you asking me, you dumb motherfucker? Why are you asking me for permission, bro? Why don't you shoot your shot? See what she tells you. Fucking idiot. Let me see. She Brian Wood, PNG, right back at you. There you go. Yes, sir. You know, Dove's getting all the hate. He getting all the hate? What do you mean he getting all the hate? What's that dude been talking about? He talks about a lot of black people, so I'm not surprised. Brett Martinez says, "What? I mean, like, I haven't tapped into his channel, but that dude loves collaborating or at least talking to a lot of black dudes or speaking on black dudes' politics. And to me, it's like, I don't know why he does that. Like, I don't know why he does that, bro. Like, I wouldn't do that shit. Honestly, I'll collab with a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about talking all that shit, you know? And I'm not saying he's talking shit. I'm just saying, like, talking about their thing. It's like, it doesn't make sense. Martinez, what up, El? What do you think is going on between Venezuelan gangs and local Chicago gangs? Ooh, that's a good question. My guy, what's going on?
What up?
Been
And
a
let
little
me answer
minute,
that
bro.
question for you.
What's going
What's
on?
going on between Venezuelan gangs and Chicago gangs? Ain't shit going on. Okay. The, the, the
Right,
Venezuelans, now I'm not trying to be funny. The Venezuelans that I see, they're begging. That's what they're
bro.
doing. They're camped out in front of police stations, they're begging. This shit about this gang stuff, from cops I've talked to, from guys who live in these neighborhoods and are these gangs, they say we don't see no Venezuelans except for the ones begging for change. So I don't know where this shit's coming from. It's talk about fake news. That's some fake ass news.
So what happened? Hey, fill me in. Fill me in. What's going on? Who talked about that?
I mean, I've been seeing videos. I've been seeing news stories about black gangs. It's funny how you say black gangs. It's like so these Venezuelans who speak Spanish, they're bypassing Hispanic neighborhoods and just going to the black neighborhoods to start trouble. Now I've seen some rappers talking about it. You say like, yeah, I heard they took over 600. That's like a set of the black disciples. But when I ask people remotely, it's like, we ain't seen no Venezuelan gangs. I mean, it's just like,
I
oh,
know, bro. I'm laughing because I understand exactly what the fuck you're talking about. So the only thing I heard is the fucking on the news and shit, like the fucking Aurora, Colorado. That's it. I heard
yeah,
about Chicago, bro. A Venezuelan gang going into Chicago and taking any no, no. It sounds
it's right.
fucking
It's not that
ridiculous.
type of city, They've
Them
always,
motherfuckers will get smoked
they
quick
would.
before they even get established.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me,
Mm-hmm.
I know. Motherfuckers, different LA gangs try to go over there to my neighborhood. 18th Street, try to go, as an example, try to go over there to my neighborhood and establish themselves on a little portion. We have 18th Street, literally the 18th Street on my neighborhood, but it's not a
Mm-hmm.
gang, it's just a regular street, like 17th, 15th, 16th, 14th,
Right.
and they try to establish, bro, we fucking, man, bro. They got rolled out so fast, it's not even fucking funny, bro.
Yeah, it was a time I heard one time some Crips that came and tried to establish something, and word is they end up finding their bodies somewhere. It's not that type of city to allow people just to come in. People may try it, but just the way the city works, it's not gonna happen. You know.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? And like they were telling me earlier, as far as that dude Doves talking about black politics and all that shit. Like, look, if you guys got a specific question, ask me. Small time, you ask me how are relationships down south. Um, I'll ask you this. I'll counter with this. What did that dude say specifically that I could speak on? Um, and I'll either dispel it or confirm it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, this dude, small town OC, says black dude politics. Come on, bro. They ain't got politics. Everybody has politics. What do you mean by that? There's a lot of
Exactly.
politics within the black gangs, the white gangs, the Asians. What do you clarify what you mean, small town? Matter of fact, jump on the link, small town.
Peter Piper says Dubs and Gun had mentioned your brother is a dropout like you, Vato. Is it true? Do a video. I can't speak on my brother, bro, but what I will say is he's nothing near. He's never dropped out, boy, and he's still involved. So I don't even know if that's true. Them dudes said that or not. It may just be you trying to stir the pot. But at the end of the day, bro, anybody that knows my carnal, that knows me, even though I went to the side, motherfuckers know not to fuck with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can still go. Actually, I can still go to my neighborhood, bro. You know what I'm saying? And even though I'm not gonna post up out of respect, things like that, ain't nobody gonna do shit to me because I ain't a fucking rat. I ain't a snitch. I ain't none of that shit, bro. They already know my situation, and it is what it is, and they know I'm with the business, bro. Period. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a family man. More important. You know what I'm saying? As far as my carnal, bro, don't bring my brother up, bro. And the dudes are really talking about my brother, bro, that's how much stupid they're gonna look, bro. Because my brother's stupid involved, bro. And that's the all we'll say on that. Small town says black dude politics. Come on, bro. They ain't got politics. I mean, they got their own politics. They ain't got our politics. You know what I'm saying? They got their own way of doing things. That's their politics, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because they don't have Sureño politics or Norteño politics as far as how we politic doesn't mean that they don't have their own politica. Them dudes got politics, bro, and they're a lot more loose than our politics. And I think in some ways, the fact that they could catch phase with each other is something that I've always envied, because I know that I've always been wanting to fucking catch phase with some of my fellow Sureños, with no consequences, and we weren't even able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said, bro, ask me a specific question, my guy.
Right, this guy, he's a choke. He says, I hit 8 prisons and blacks were all the same. I don't care, call me racist, but blacks were the same everywhere. I've interviewed guys, Hispanics and whites, who said that in different prisons, the blacks function differently, where sometimes they had real tight machines, others they didn't. So to say that anybody's the same, Serrano's not even the same everywhere to some extent. So you just trolling small town OC. I mean, they
No, no,
nice.
no, 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 no. It's not that he's trolling, bro. He's just used to Cali politics. And when you say that Sureños are not the same everywhere, you're absolutely right. Um, when I talk about Sureño politics or my politics, that we're talking about Cali. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the feds, because the feds, the senoras are over there and they politic the same. But as far as on the streets, yeah, it's different, bro. It's different on different states, bro. They're not like us, you know. They got started by somebody like us, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, but yeah, man, I mean, you can't say a word, but you could ask a question. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to say anything. You just ask me a question. Let me see. Waiting for you to get back to keep the yard in check. I've been holding my pedazo nonstop, ready to go. You're stupid, bro. Uh, EBK is up in the house, chilling, winning the dinner with us. What's up, my guy? Let me see. Lil Toro wants to run and fade with EBK. He made a video about it. Who's Lil Toro? I don't even know who Lil Toro is, but EBK said run it. There you go. But yeah, man, what else have you been hearing from over there? Like, yeah, because I heard, obviously, like I said, I heard about those Venezuelan gangs. I don't even know how to fucking pronounce that shit, bro. Because I really haven't even cared to even like look it up. But I know I seen a YouTuber, a white boy YouTuber that I've never heard about before. He went to those apartment complexes where we seen them dudes with them guns and try to rush into a house and shit, things like that.
Yeah.
And everybody around there didn't want to speak on it, just like any other neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go to a neighborhood and be like, hey, ask questions and shit, the people that are right there, they ain't gonna say shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One, for fear of being deported. Two, for fear of the gangs. Three, because they just don't want to fucking say shit to a motherfucker in the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck's gonna talk to do with a camera? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? So, but as far as Chicago, I have not heard anything about Chicago being run over by Venezuelan gangs. I think that's fucking propaganda. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I mean, shit. As far as the best that I could talk about, small town, as far as black politics and Sureño politics down south and the prisons down south, the GP, we beefed it a lot. We beefed it a lot, bro, because, down south, bro, the majority on the yard is blacks and Sureños, period. You know what I'm saying? There is, for any yard that I've ever been on, it's 100 fucking blacks and 100 Sureños. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we're always pretty much evenly numbered. We're deep as fuck. And every time that we politicked on each other or it kicked off or anything was either because one or another individual owed money, another individual disrespected an individual based on some street shit, you know what I'm saying? Or even some instances, or black got into it with a paisa, and the paisas, paisas and sureños, they run together. We're one of the same people, and you know, depending, it doesn't even, at a certain point, it doesn't even matter who's right and who's in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Each side has their own. So look, I'll say this. Let's just say I ran into situations where we were in the right, meaning a black disrespected a paisa or a sureño on some even on some little petty ass shit, being in school, being in class, being in the kitchen, or what have you, right? some stupid petty ass shit, but it involves the whole goddamn yard. Now, if that individual has juice and he goes back to tell his paisas, or if a sureño got disrespected or he thinks he got disrespected, he goes back and tells the camaradas he has juice. The massa is gonna go to the blacks and be like, "Hey, man, we need an apology or whatnot." And how do you apologize in prison? By your people getting disciplined off the yard. And when it comes to the blacks, my experience in Cali, um, there's some that will be like, "Hey, if he's in the wrong, we'll discipline him." But then they're so fractured. They're so so us and the paisas is one umbrella. Mexican mafia, one umbrella, right? Whatever the fucking status quo says goes. Period. Ain't no questions about it. Now with the blacks, now one black doesn't run the whole show. You know what I'm saying? One faction, the blacks, does not run the whole show in Cali. You got the Crips, you got the Bloods, you got the Bear, you got the you know what I'm saying, the neighborhoods, you got whatever, what have you. And Compton, South Central, it don't matter, bro. If they don't see eye to eye, if it's their homeboy, especially if it's so look, for the most part, I'll tell you this. Anybody that's gonna have the audacity to get into it with a sureño or paisa, what have you, it's a dude that's been in prison for the most part. It's an older OG that doesn't give a fuck, you know, that has juice within his own car. Now, his own car is not gonna let him get disciplined because even though if there's a sureño that has a certain rapport with a black car or what have you, and that black car, even if it's the black car where that dude disrespected whoever he disrespected, let's just say that dude came from that car that a sureño has a rapport with. Even then, it's not guaranteed that they're gonna put their hands on on the black. No. Now, if you get another car, a black, they're all blacks, and he goes to the other dude to the car that's the dude's under, their people are not gonna want him to get touched. You know what I'm saying? So that they've had disagreements to the point where it's like, nah, we're not gonna let them dudes touch it. No, we're not gonna fucking touch it. We're not gonna remove them. What the fuck? We ain't gonna fucking pack them off the yard. Fuck that. They could come get them. And they know that if we're gonna rush one black, we're gonna rush all blacks. We don't see the difference. When I say we, as far as my ex affiliation, Sureños, right? We're not gonna differentiate between one dude just because he's from this car. We're not gonna be like, oh, you know what? We're gonna get this black car and leave the rest of the black car because for the most part, we don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? They could tell us the difference, but it don't matter. A black person to us in prison is a black person. We're gonna rush all blacks, you know, and that's part of the pressure that we put on Africans in prison. That is just like, bro, if you guys don't handle your own person, we're gonna handle them, and then you already know what's gonna happen. You know, it's gonna fucking kick off. You know what I'm saying? So we're not even just gonna try to go at that one dude. We're just gonna everybody's gonna rush all the blacks. You know what I'm saying? And the blacks ain't just gonna sit there and take it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna handle business too. You know what I'm saying? They're grown ass men. Now, who's more strapped? We are for the most part, because let's keep it real. Blacks in prison are bigger than us physically. You know what I'm saying? So the shank, the fierro, hard candy, what have you, it's the great equalizer. That's how we equalize the odds. You know what I'm saying? We may be even in numbers, but since we're a little smaller, even though we may have some big Mexicans, most of us are smaller, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're in shape. We got muscles and all that shit, but we're smaller. You know? But when it comes to the blacks, they rebel a lot because they're not gonna discipline, especially the OG dudes that have been there for X amount of years, decades in prison. Like fuck that, let's get it. We'll go at it with you guys. We're not gonna discipline our gente, our people, because you guys want us to. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it comes to being a sureño or even a norteño for that matter. I mean, I can't really speak on them, but I know they're militant like we were. Uh, and we, everywhere I've been, we press the issue. We press the issue. And I think this is why a lot of blacks think that because we have the numbers, that's why we press the issue. But at a lot of the times, it's not even about us having numbers. It's about our rules. And if one gets disrespected and the other side doesn't discipline their people, it is what it is. Now, one of our people were disrespect the black, and they were righteously the wrong. Motherfuckers were literally disciplined the head. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
Hey, let me ask you this: how often does it come to that? Because is it true that a Serene would generally, if he's disrespected, he's going to take off right there, then and there, because of y'all politics, or is that just mythology?
Say that one more time.
I'm saying, do you know how you were saying that um, if a black disrespected Sereno, he's gonna go to his people and they're gonna talk to the blacks and try to have the blacks remove him. But is it? But from what I've often heard, that if a Sereno is disrespected, he's expected to take off right then and there because of y'all politics. That
Yeah.
you don't even get to the part where you're talking about shot call talk, because y'all just take off right then and there, even
No,
if
one
it's
hundred
another
percent,
Sereno.
100%. That's absolutely true. That's why I brought up
Okay,
the bike thing. You
okay,
know what I'm saying? Some of the situations where I've been through, the Paisa got disrespected, and even though they have to jump for us, they don't necessarily have. They may have the same thing, like, hey, take off if you're disrespected, but he's a Paisa at the end of the day. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? And we have their back. So when they come back and complain and push the issue, that's where it becomes an issue. As far as
Okay.
a Sureño, if a Sureño is disrespected by anybody, yeah, 100%.
Hmm.
He can't come back and complain. Why? Because the motherfucker's supposed to have taken off right then and there.
Right, right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I brought up the paisa thing,
Hmm.
because that's the situations that I've seen. When it comes to sureños, just sureños and blacks, yeah, bro, it don't even come down to a conversation.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It kicks off right then and there. You know?
Now, it's interesting. I don't know if you may know about this or be able to speak on this, but I heard like in the feds, a lot of times, how you mentioned in California, all y'all under the umbrella of the MA, but in the feds, I hear stories of Serranos and Paisas often getting into it. What's the politics? What is that? What is the breakdown there?
It happens, bro. It's happening.
Okay,
It's happening in the state, bro.
okay.
just
Because
because just because they run with us doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, if two llaveros, meaning two dudes that are in power, uh you know what I'm saying, they
okay,
don't see eye to eye, that we're not gonna go at it with each other. It's happened, bro. It's
okay.
happened at the end of the day with two different cars. Now
Hmm.
I'm talking about before, uh, uh I'm talking about the mesa system, bro, like
Right,
years
right.
ago, 2013 and down,
Okay.
around that area. Um, because once the senores got on the yard, the M members got on the yard, that's a whole different story. You know, you actually got the dudes that are in charge on the yard, um, and that's more subtle. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Ain't gonna be no fucking big riot or a scuffle or a melee between Paisas and us, because now you got the cats on the yard, and they're gonna take care of it the way they take care of it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And they've actually made Paisas. There's Paisas that are actually Mexican mafia members now.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they're always gonna avoid that type of fucking violence, that type of interruption to their program, to their economy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of
Hmm.
the day, it's all about money. For
Right.
them, it's all about money, and they're not gonna risk a war or even a riot or whatnot, when they could sweep it under the rug. But they will deal with it. Let's just say, whoever it is, bro, that's trying to ruffle feathers, whatever, they're gonna take care of it, bro. They're gonna nip it at the butt, and they're gonna take care of that individual person. Period.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even if they're in the right. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say a sureño disrespects a paisa, and the paisa's pressing the issue. Depending on who has the more Jews, if one of them is a moneymaker and the other one isn't, it don't matter if he's in the right or wrong. He's gonna go.
Hmm.
He's gonna go, especially if he wants to push the issue. You know what I'm saying? So if they can't sweep it under the rug because a dude is pressing the issue, he don't want to let it go, bro. Sorry to tell you, bro, but you ain't bigger than the program. You ain't bigger than the program, bro. Plain and simple. It's just not gonna happen. You know?
Right. And speaking of the Fed, let me ask you this: have you ever been in seen a situation where an inmate from the federal system, he was made in the federal system, and he ended up maybe having to come to Cali to do some state time? Was he? Was he?
My bad,
he
my bad, my bad. You broke up a little bit. Sorry, say that one more time.
okay. Have you ever seen a situation like when you was locked up where a guy who might have became an inmate member in the feds that he later came to Cali and had to do time? Was he accepted or considered still MA?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
No, I haven't seen. Well, I mean, let me see. No, yeah, I've seen a senor, uh, uh, uh
Mhm.
get out the feds and come to Cali in a
Mhm.
shoe, and no, it's the same thing, bro. Feds or Cali
Okay.
or state, it's the same thing. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They're part of the same organization.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They're the same organization. He has the same respect. Yeah, I know you hear sometimes about the feds in the state going,
Mhm.
beefing it and things like that, as far as
Mhm.
seniority and shit like that, whatever, their business, right?
Right.
But no, a made member's a made member, bro.
Okay.
You know, and unless he has a green light, like sanctioned by state members, like you say he was made in the feds or not, there's a lot of dudes that were made in the feds that are in Cali right now doing their time. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's one, when it comes to that, it's just one big old organization.
Okay.
And it's them first. Period.
Mhm.
Let me see. Brian Wood says just like the woodpile and the hermanos from the south, it can be complicated at times. Yeah, exactly. Shit happens, bro. You know, I've been, especially the county, I've been in situations where, the whites, the woods we have each other's backs, and then some shit happens, bro. We end up bumping heads and we go at it with each other. You know what I'm saying? It fucking happens. When diplomatic fucking talks break down, what's left? You know what I'm saying? Hands, war tactics. But after that, when it goes down, we take off, boom, 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 boom. We go at it with each other. Everybody gets dispersed to different units, all that shit. Whenever you get to a different unit, it's the first thing they tell you. Who was in charge? What happened? This and that. And it gets resolved based on who was in charge on either side. Their people take care of them. Our people take care of our whoever the leaders were. What happened? Boom, boom, boom. And 9 times out of 10, it gets squashed. You know what I'm saying? It gets squashed. That's what it is. It happened. You guys went at it. Boom. This is a whole different section, whole different unit, whole different fucking county jail, prison, whatnot. It doesn't follow. Now, unless it's one of those things. So now, when you come to as far as prison wise, unless it's between uh, the upper echelon, you know what I'm saying, the AMA, Aryan Brotherhood, things like that. When it comes to the, let's say, Brian, my boy Brian brought up the Woodpile and the Sureños. Um, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's up to the discretion of whoever's in charge to see how severe the infraction was on either side. On either side, you know what I'm saying? And but eventually, even if we go back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Uh, in prison too, you know what I'm saying? Skinheads, uh, same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may go at it back and forth, back and forth once they see that this shit's getting in the way of their interests, and they both could literally say face, meaning like, hey, all right, you know what? Okay, you guys did your thing, we did our thing. Let's save face. Let's get back to business, and they squash it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think either side, especially when it comes to prison, the 180s, the level four, especially where I've been at, um, between the blacks, whites, sureños, norteños, and even the natives, the others. Each side is gonna get the run back, no matter what. No matter what. It don't matter who's right and who's wrong. Both sides are gonna get that first run back, and it just really just depends on how many times they're gonna go back and forth, and how long they're gonna be on lockdown, and how serious the reason was why they went at it, which is gonna dictate. Uh, so, for example, um, in 2009. they dubbed it the Father's Day Massacre, right? Uh, we took off on the Norteños in Corcoran, in New Corcoran, on the level 4180 right there on Sea Yard. I was in 4 block. We the lower yard, the upper yard. We took off. Um, we took off on the fucking on the Norteños, and we were going back and forth. The first 2 or 3 times that we met up, we got the best of them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it turned out. Um, and then finally, maybe about a year and a half into it, they finally released 6 norteños and 3 sureños. And even though the 3 sureños rushed the 6 norteños, I mean, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? No, 2 sureños, not 3 and 6, 2 and 6. You had 3 norteños and 1 sureño, 3 norteños and 1 sureño. They finally got their chance to smash on the homies. You know what I'm saying? Because the 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 the, the administration deemed it so. You know what I'm saying? They put everybody in, what was it? 8, 5 and 7 block, or 8 and 6 block. One of those 2 blocks. It's been years. This happened back in 2010. After the 2009 when we kicked it off. Then my point is that we were getting at them. The very initial riot, we got them everywhere. Man, we stabbed them in every fucking single building, upper yard and lower yard. After that, it was a bunch of incidents where we rushed them, whatever. The Mac reps were let out, and it was two. It was a Paisa Mac rep, a Sureño Mac rep, and one Norteño. Obviously, the Sureño and the Paisa got the best of the Norteño, really sliced them up, messed them up, you know. Uh, and then after that, that's when they let the Norteños off a lockdown, and they were programming for like about 6 months. And then when the time came to let us off lockdown, that's when the administration already really like, okay, cool. We know who we're going to let out, 40 years and up. So they put X amount of 40-year-olds. Only 40-year-old dudes and up were allowed to go out unshackled or anything, you know what I'm saying, to the yard. And it was 6 norteños and 2 sureños that were 40 years old and up. And that's when they finally got the run back. And then they ended up, by that time, around that time, I was in the lower yard. I wasn't involved in that, but I was in the lower yard. All we had to look forward to was being stuck. Being stuck, like, fuck, bro. Let everybody out. You know what I'm saying? But no, they weren't going to do that. They let them off in the upper yard. By that time, I transferred. I transferred down to Pleasant Valley, and I ended up hearing that there were. This is before it happened. Uh, maybe about uh, a month or two later, right before I got released for that unlock, where I got fucking where 10 sureños and 2 paisas. We rushed about 60 bulldogs, which only like maybe like about 20 something got involved because there were so too many of them. Um, right before we got unlocked for that, a norteño ended up coming down to Pleasant Valley and told me what happened. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, man, I got word from the camaradas and everything, and it was 6 against 2. And that finally, my point with that is they finally ended up squashing it after that. You know what I'm saying? It had been over 2 years of a lockdown. I ended up doing a 33-month lockdown, bro. 23 months in Corcoran straight. 23 months down on lockdown in New Corcoran, and 10 more months in Pleasant Valley. With one fucking unlock when I went out there to get my ass whipped by the Bulldogs. you know? Let's see. This motherfucker. Yeah, bro, but it's just the whole dynamic in there, bro. Um, after 2013, 2014, and up, it was just different, bro, because after those years, they started releasing the M members, all the organization members of each race, you know. And then by the time I made my way back to Cali, back to the shoe, and then off to the main line in 2016. I ended up meeting Todd Asker. You know what I'm saying? Fucking what's his name? Frank. Frank from the Aryan Brotherhood as well. Lefty from the Aryan Brotherhood. Um, a bunch of dudes from the Mexican Mafia. I don't want to. A few of them are dead. Popeye's dead from Harpies. Um, I don't really want to speak on the rest because they're still active. I don't want to speak on that. Um, and a few dudes from the Black Gorilla family were still there. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, man, it's just fucking crazy. Hey, Alpha Zero, get the hell out of here with that shit, bro. Fuck out of here with that shit. 150 for a kilo, man. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. What's wrong with you putting that shit on social media? But yeah, bro. Um, you know, how you been though, my boy?
Oh, I've been cool, brother. Yeah,
What
I've
you
been
been up
chilling.
to? You been dropping
Yeah,
content and shit?
yeah. I just recently, last week, I interviewed a Haitian who was, connected to the Zopound, big time drug dealer from Haiti. From Miami. I just interviewed him, and Monday, I'm interviewing this newscaster, this news anchor from Mississippi, some totally different type of content. So I'm trying to slowly get back into doing content.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Every day I tell myself I'm gonna drop a video, bro. I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I am gonna do it, bro. It's just since I don't have my little uh, office and all that shit because I've been moving around, um, and I'm in a situation right now where I'm not comfortable of setting up shop. So I do
Mm,
shit in my car and on my phone and
right.
shit. I can still do it every day, bro. Honestly, it
Mm.
just it's on me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It ain't on nobody but me. You know. And at the end of the day, it's like, bro, I fucking work my ass off, bro. I'm making good money and all that shit, so I don't need YouTube, bro. You know,
Mm.
um, because I've always said it. If I'm gonna drop videos, I'm drop videos for the youngsters, things like that. And I've been brainstorming and I've been getting things together, interviews and all that shit. And I'm actually fucking lagging on the interviews, honestly, because all the dudes that you see on here, and more power to them. They do it for money. I get it. It
Mm.
is what it is. For every video that they drop, they get views, they get money. I get it, bro. I was once there. But it's never been about the money for me. You know? It's never been about the money for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though the money does help, it helps fucking feed mouths, helps feed our family and all that shit. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm good. I got a job. Wife, you got a job. You know what I'm saying? We're working our
Mm.
ass off. We're doing our thing. Everything's getting paid. We're good. You know what I'm saying? And for every fucking lame on here talking about I'm still with my wife and this and that, you're a fucking JCat. You know what I'm saying? Like you're fucking retarded. Like that's the stupidest thing you could bring up somebody's family. Like get the
Mm.
fuck off here with that shit, bro. Like it's all they want is a reaction, and it's funny to me because you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter, bro, because you're nobody. You're a fucking keyboard warrior. You ain't nobody, and you're never gonna fucking affect our life. Period. Let me
Yeah.
see. Yeah, yeah. I don't know who this dude is talking about. I'll give you 150,000 for a kilo. Damn it. You know what's crazy? If I really wanted to be in that type of lifestyle, I could be too. That's the
Mm.
crazy part.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I wanted to jump on here just for a little bit, because I jumped on fucking EBK's channel earlier.
Okay.
He had a couple of dumbasses on there earlier, but no, but I wanted to jump on here regardless. You know what I'm saying? Uh, from time to time, it's been a couple of weeks since I jumped on. I think 2 or 3 weeks since I did my last live. Um, but yeah, I actually got about 3 videos recorded that I wasn't satisfied with.
Mm.
You know, because either somebody interrupted me and I was like, fuck that. I'm not gonna chop up that video. Do all that bullshit. So I just left it alone and shit.
And didn't you drop a video earlier today or something like that?
Who me?
Yeah. No,
Nope.
I got a notification yesterday or something. Oh,
No, I haven't dropped nothing in a minute, bro.
oh, okay.
Even though I recorded it, unless I did I think I dropped something on TikTok, but
Oh,
that
okay.
was different from prison channel type shit. Oh, I got a great L got a great heartbeat. We'll put a motherfucking check in the heartbeat. Love you, bro. Love you, my boy. EBK says we're still here, bro. I'm so lost on what I was going on. They ain't here talking shit. I know, bro. I know, dog. Fucking, bro. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Trust me. You know what's crazy? Conejo. The only reason I jumped on YouTube to see what's up was, and I tapped into your live was because I was like, let me see, I might do a live. I seen you on live. You know how many times that happens to me, or I jump on YouTube, wanting to do a live or record a video, and
Mm.
then I see somebody else, and I just end up getting stuck there, and then by the time they're done, I'm tired, and I just go to sleep. Bro, I've done that shit so many times, it's not even fucking funny, bro. You know. But I know, bro, I still got it, bro. The stories are still right here. A lot of stories I haven't told. A lot of stories that were left back on my last channel. Um, a lot of interviews that I'm gonna do and all that. I'm not, bro. I'm not in a hurry, bro. All that
Mm.
shit's coming in the future. God willing, we got air in our lungs. As long as we got air in our lungs, you know what I'm saying. We got the drive. We got the humbleness. We got the loyalty. We got the honesty, and we got the righteousness. We're gonna keep doing that shit, bro. We're gonna keep pushing it, and that's that. And the good thing is that since this has been happening for years, we know who's who. You know what I'm saying? We know who's who. And one thing that EBK said earlier, he's talking about he ain't tripping on that the rider movement and all that, not in a disrespectful way. Just he's like, I'm a family man. When I heard him say that, I was like, man, that's what's up right there. You know, that's what's up. Me personally, bro, like when I went to the side, I heard him say too that 2 5ers on the 4 yard, to anybody on the 4 yard is gonna put in work. It don't matter what faction you're from, right? So he's absolutely right when he said that. You know, um, when you get down to a level 3, level 2, level 1s, that's when it starts getting watered down. I get that, and that's 100% true. And to me, when I went to the side, I only went to 1 yard, D yard, and that was one of the most active yards in out of California, bro. And I'm not saying that in a proud way. I'm just saying that in a matter of fact way. That was just that's just a fact, you know. Even those of us that were in Kern Valley, New Delano on the 180, were on A yard, the active yard. We used to always hear D yard go down, and that was the active yard for the other side, for the SY side. That's where all the gang members were. They had, bro, they were going at it, and we used to always have the yard go down, and we would hear all the shit going down there, you know. So the crazy part is that I went to the side because I didn't want to fucking end somebody's life, knowing that they were gonna put X amount of motherfuckers on me until I was dead. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'd rather go to the other side and take my chances, you know what I'm saying, and survive a one-on-one, and that's what I did. And went to the side. You know what I'm saying? I got in a few scuffles all over there, but the beauty was, what was the beauty? I got in two, three fights over there, bro. And guess what happened? You know what the beauty was? I didn't have to answer up to anybody after that. We both signed the marriage chrono, went back to the yard, seen each other the next day. All right, that's right on me. All right, cool. Kept pushing. We knew what the fuck we were about. Period. Instead of worrying about a motherfucker organization that's gonna discipline you for being a man. You know what I'm saying? For going at it with somebody just because you have an issue with them. You know what I'm saying? That's the virtue of a real motherfucking man. Period. And I love that, bro. I love that freedom. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to join a gang. I didn't join a gang on the other side. None of that. You know what I'm saying? But by the same token, them dudes that are gang members from the other side, you gonna respect them. You know what I'm saying? Because they roll with a clique. You know what I'm saying? But the vast majority on the other side, we're by ourselves. We're all our own fucking men. And if you got an issue with somebody, guess what? Guess what? You handle that shit one-on-one. Period. And I love that shit, bro. It was just like YA all over. I've never been a YA, but from what I hear, Gladiator School, this is Gladiator School in prison, bro. Period. I don't really ever really talk about that shit, bro, but that's just what it is on the other side. And a lot of dudes that are on the main line, they don't want to go to the side. First of all, because, you know, their status and all that shit. But even if they get caught up in a serious situation, they get caught between a fucked up situation, a rock and a hard place. They contemplate going to the side, and they know what they've heard. They know what they've seen, and they heard the yard going down and all that shit. And it's like, oh shit, fuck it. I'll take my chances over there. Because the shit that you hear on the other side, bro, ain't nothing nice. You know what I'm saying? I ain't glorifying it. I'm just saying that's a fact, bro. That's a fucking fact. It's easier to do time on the main line on the GP in Cali than it is to be on the other side, bro. Because at least in GP in Cali, as long as you do what you're supposed to do, you don't owe money, you don't get ruffle feathers, you don't get in the wrong way, you could do your time program and you'll be home. Just once in a while, they'll ask you to smash on somebody or kill somebody. And that's where the shit comes in. If you're a lifer or whatnot, if you get in trouble, and instead of you getting smashed on whatever, you fucking have to put in work, but it involves you killing somebody. And if you have a date to go home, that's your decision to make, period.
Speaking of the other
Yeah.
side, let me ask you this: did you hear about that incident where I forgot what prison was? It was on a SNY yard where this black guy was murdered by I guess like three Aryan dropouts or something because he was a lookout when this female guard got raped.
Say that one more time.
There was an incident in Cali. It's on one of those SNY yards where a black guy got killed by some whites. I think they might have been AB dropouts or something like that. Because and they killed him because he was a lookout while these inmates raped this guard.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Um. I mean, at the end of the day, bro. So what do you think about that?
Well, my thought about that is, isn't that kind of like helping the police? Like you killing somebody because in the name of a guard, isn't that looked at? Because I've heard stories similar to that where people got disciplined because like you're helping the cops out.
On the main line, yeah, yeah. On the main line, you absolutely cannot ever jump in to help a cop. Period.
Okay.
Period. Um. On the other side, bro. Um. Maybe they have those rules within the gang members
Okay.
themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But on the other side, bro, you got a lot of dudes that is just like what prison used to be. You used to
Mm.
come, yeah. I mean, okay. In all fairness, when I say what prison used to be, yeah, back in the day, of course, a convict is always against a guard. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Uh, but what I mean by that is that all that from my experience, um, if somebody attacks a female CO or CO whatnot, whatever, and if it's just regular convicts that went to the other side and they're not gang members, that's within between them. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
Uh, when it's all said and done, they could go back to the yard or a different prison, whatever. And if they run into somebody, they might have an issue with that. Then they'll deal with it. Meaning, if somebody presses up on them, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If it's just regular convicts. Now, if it's the gang members, from what I mean, it's not that I heard it before or anything because I'd never seen a situation like that. Like I said, I was only on one of those yards before I paroled. Um, I would think that if if I'm a gang member and one of my people rushed a guard and another non-affiliate helped the, helped the guard out and put hands on me type shit, then you're gonna have issue. You're gonna have issues with that gang. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And wherever you go, your name is gonna be put down the line for whatever prison, and you're gonna get handled. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Um, but if it's just a non-affiliate, that's an ex sureño, ex norteño, ex black, ex wood, it don't matter what it is. It really is just up to them on whether they're gonna keep pressing the issue. Now, for me, if you were to ask me whether what see if I've seen a gang member putting hands on a female CO, I that would be the only time where I would think twice about jumping in to help out a female. Because at this point, I'm no longer a gang member. I'm no longer active. I'm just a human being. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a civilian. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man first and foremost. That doesn't mean I'm gonna jump into helper, bro. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Right.
Um, Now, if it's a non-affiliate, a dude just like me in prison, and he's beating up a female CO, uh, I'm more likely to jump in to help that female CO, either by trying to beat his ass or just holding him back.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, all I have to worry about is him. So next time I see him, you know what I'm saying? All I have to worry about is him. Now, if he's a gang member, I have to worry about his whole gang. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Being being on the side. That's just saying if I do jump in to just hold them back or put hands on them, whatever. Just, but at the end of the day, bro, um, if you were to ask me if you put me in that situation, whether it be A or B, a gang member or non-gang member, um, I probably wouldn't do shit, bro. Because at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, I don't know why that. I don't know what that female did. That CO, because it's a CO at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what she did, what he did, and I'm trying to make a home. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now, let's just say I have life. That still comes into play. I don't know who's in the right, who's wrong. For all I know, that fucking female CO could have disrespected the shit out of that dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And how are you gonna disrespect a fucking hardened convict? You know what I'm saying? A dude that's on a level 4, and I'm talking about my situation, meaning having done time, majority of my time, 99% of my time in the level 4s, and where motherfuckers are doing life and all that shit. They're there for stabbings, and the dudes that don't have life are in there for fucking stabbing dudes, putting in work, being in and out of the shoe. You know what I'm saying? They're in there with hundreds of points. You know, um, I don't know, bro. It really just depends. You know, it really just depends, bro. Um, but yeah, on the main line, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's convict against CO, no matter what. No
Okay.
matter what. There's no ifs and buts about it.
But I did hear a story about what it was one time they said, I guess like some blacks were trying to take over or they were rioting and they took two of the male guards, but then the Serranos came in and said y'all can't take the female guard. Do you think something like that is true?
It can be.
Hmm.
It can be. Um, yeah, because at the end of the day, bro, when it comes to female guards, bro, like you really can't be surprised that at any given time, a dude is not gonna want to see a girl get her ass beat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Maybe a CO, yeah, he might have got in trouble for it. They just say it was a sureño. Depending on how much juice he had, or if he was a made member, you better hope you're one of those two dudes, because if not, bro, hey, a CO is a CO, bro.
Right.
Plain and
Cause
simple.
yeah, because I heard another story about a Norteño where female guard collapsed in front of him and he just picked her up and carried her to the guard desk and said, "Hey, she passed out in front of me." Then his people slashed his face because of that. Because he said that's helping the police.
Where did this happen at though?
It was in Cali. I don't know which joint because it was a YouTuber telling the story. And the guy, particular guy, was telling the story. He said he was in the wolf pack. And he said, Tornadoes came around getting an investigation about it. And he said, well, yeah, this would happen, but for what it's worth, I would have picked her up too. She's a female. But he said they would on slash his face anyway.
Yeah, I mean, because you're always gonna have, you always gotta keep in mind, depending on who the individual is. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
act itself could be something that a lot of dudes would identify with doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, if one of our sisters, one of our daughters, or female friends passed away, you would want to help her, right? Cool. I mean, you could identify with shit like that in there. But
Right.
when I mean, well, it depends about the individual. Like, that motherfucker, depending on who he is, may have individuals in there that want to see his downfall, and it's just like, nah, fuck that, bro. You don't help out a
Okay.
CO. You don't help a cop. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? No matter if it's a male or male. That's why I tell you, it don't matter if it's a female or male. You know what I'm saying? Like, a cop is a cop. You know what I'm saying? And let's just say nobody really wanted his downfall. If he broke a rule, he broke a rule. You don't help a cop. Period.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? you know, because a lot of the times, them motherfuckers ain't gonna help us. You know, they take their time, they take their sweet ass time. You know what I'm saying? And let's just say this female CO was a straight asshole. There's a lot of female COs in Cali that are assholes, bro.
Mm.
You know, period. They don't like us. They treat us like shit. You know what I'm saying? Where it's one of those complexes they have, the chip on their shoulder, everybody trying to get at her, or something happened to her on the streets, or her sister's dating a gang member, or her sister got beat up, or she got beat up or bullied in school. You never know. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? It really just depends. But at the end of the day, you're not supposed to fucking cooperate or help a fucking cop. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what the fucking on the GP. That's just what it is, bro. You
Mm.
know, that's just what it is. But yeah, man. But yeah, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Thank you for tapping in. We're about the hour mark.
No doubt.
I'm gonna try to see if I can jump on. Hopefully, jump on with me next time I jump on here, bro. Great conversation. I actually do gotta go. But yeah, man, it was a great conversation. Great
All
question.
right, brother.
Good ass question, my boy.
All right, peace out, everybody.
Yes, sir. You guys be good. Chicano, everybody up in here, man. Benedicali, everybody, man. You guys be good. EBK. Love you guys, man. See you guys next time. I'm outie.